Hey everybody, welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show. I'm your host, Isaac Abrams. Today's very special guest, writer, producer, comedian, and roast battle champion, Nate Welch. Welcome to the show, Nate.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
Hey, thank you for being here. Tell us where we can find you on the internet, Nate.
Find me on Instagram at Nasty Nate, bro. Nasty Nate, BRUH. Follow me on there. Look at roast battle on YouTube, on Instagram, a bunch of shit, clips, battles, whatever on there. So
nice. How'd you get the nasty title?
I think somebody called me that in college because they saw Half Baked and they were like, "This guy Nasty Nate's gonna kick my ass."
All right.
And it stuck ever since.
Nice.
Yeah.
Me and Nate. Nate breaks down the roast battle for me and talks about comic wars. We do some would you rather's. We get to know each other. We have known each other in the scene for a while, but we got to know each other on this show. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Nate Welch.
What's up, player?
How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Thank you for coming. People should know that we just have only chatted in passing. Sup, Nate? Sup, Ike? That kind of shit. We've never really sat down and had a chat.
Yeah.
But I've been looking forward to having you on for a while. I'm glad that you DM'd me yesterday.
Yeah, I'm glad. I saw your thing, and I was like, yeah, I'd sit down and hang with you for a little bit, talk some shit.
Hell yeah. We got mutual friends. I saw on your Instagram that you've been on the road with Theo.
Yeah, he's let me open for him a few times out here in New Orleans. He let me open for him last year in New Orleans.
Nice.
Because I just happened to be down there. It was fucking awesome. It was like one of the coolest things ever.
Dude, that's he's not from far away from that part of the
No,
world.
yeah, me and him are both from small towns.
Yeah.
Both like a little bit away from New Orleans, like suburbs.
I did a year on the road with him as his videographer.
Yeah.
So we got Theo in common.
Yeah, he's the fucking best, man.
Yeah, I see you at the store a lot.
Yep.
And I work at the Improv.
Oh, I didn't know
as
that.
a house photographer sometimes.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, well, I run a show at the Improv once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So same scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Millions of mutual friends.
Run by all the time, exactly.
Yeah. If you can't hear it in his voice, you're from New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm from a small town not far from New Orleans. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I lived in the city for 5 years, so I moved here. So yeah, people are always like, "You don't sound like you're from New Orleans. You sound like you're from Boston or New York or the East Coast." And I'm like, I ain't never been to any of them places.
Yeah.
So
I always when I meet somebody from New Orleans, I always guess Boston first, and I don't know why. It's
yeah, I think that Sean Patton did an interview on Sean Patton.
Yeah,
he did an interview on like one of the late night shows, and he was talking about like the New Orleans accent and how it sounds like a firefight, like a New York firefighter on like fucking Xanax or something.
Yeah,
something like that, and it's on point.
Yeah. I looked up that you are you the current roast battle champion, or you were at one point the roast battle champion? Yep.
Still, I'm the current roast battle champion in Los Angeles. And roast battle is actually one of my favorite things. They so they have 16 like official cities.
Yeah.
And like they started like a league. Mm-hmm. And I'm the champion of LA, and they're doing the roast battle world championship. They did it last year, and they're doing it again this year. Mm-hmm. And this time it's in London.
Wow.
And I'm going to London on the 23rd of this month to battle the champion in New York, the champion from New York in London, and then the guy from Japan is battling the guy from Scotland, and the winner of me and this guy from New York battles the winner of the guy from Scotland and Japan.
So it's the Final Four.
Final Four.
Yeah. And then you're the world champion.
And then I'm the best in the world. So
wow.
For the year. So
now I see you on Netflix all the time. They always cut to you.
That's funny.
Yeah. Has anybody else told you that?
Yeah, it was so funny because I got a bunch of like messages from people who I hadn't even talked to in a while, or people that I do, and they're like, "Bro, what the fuck? I seen you on the thing," and I'm like, "Yeah, that was awesome."
Yeah.
I was just happened to be there in the audience, but it's funny that like I got on there.
It seems to me that the camera operators that work on these events, the roasts and stuff, know who the local LA comics in the scene are, because they're always, or maybe you just notice the people you know.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not one of them, but maybe we all look something. We look a certain type of way.
Because I saw you on the Tom Brady roast. I saw you on some. You were at the Tom Brady roast, right?
I was there. I don't know if I saw me on there, but
I saw you on. What was the roast recent one?
The 2024, like the Torching 2024 roast.
Yeah. They cut to you a couple times. They cut to Vinny Fastline on a bunch
Vinny
of Vinny
and Alex and Nikki Paris, a couple other people I saw on there too.
Where did they shoot that?
It was at some theater like downtown. What was it called? I can't remember the damn name of it. It was some theater downtown. Yeah, and it was nice, dude. I got to see everybody run all their roast jokes. Yeah, before, because I was just taking pictures of it at the Improv. Yeah,
it was funny, man.
Yeah, it was dope, man. I got to one of my jokes got to make it on there.
Did you write? You were a writer on the show?
No, but I was like the water boy. So like I'm not on the team, but I'm like, look, I'm the champion. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If I have an opportunity to pitch somebody, I'll do it. And like, hey, bro, if you want this, I got this, and if you like it, you can use it.
Take it or leave it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you do, throw your boy a tip. And
yeah.
That's what happened. So it was dope.
Nice. Have you been the champ before? Or is this your first
No,
time?
this is my. I won the championship in March. From the guy that was currently the champion had won the world championship the previous year. So he's the only world champion so far.
Right.
So he was the LA champ and the world champ, and I battled him and beat him for the LA championship.
Yeah. Because that comes up a couple times a year, if I'm not mistaken.
It's once a year. Yeah. So like the world championship's once a year. It's like the Super Bowl of roasting.
Yeah.
WrestleMania of roasting. And I beat the guy who was the champion, and now I've been the LA champ all year. I defended it 2 times. Both times I won. I retained it, which is actually like it's stupid, but it's like there's only one. I'm tied for the most successful defenses in the history of the damn belt.
Oh shit!
Because like only me and Kelsey Lane have ever successfully defended it more than once, and we both did it twice. So like when I'm defending it again in March, so if I win in March, I'll be the longest reigning like champion.
When you defend it in March, you will be the world champion.
If I win out there,
you win.
When I win the Final Four, yeah.
Is that put added pressure on it? Because everything I know, by the way, everything I know about the roast is from Kelsey. Like I
know Kelsey.
I do know Kelsey.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah.
So I don't, because all I know is like roast battles right after Jeremiah Watkins stand up on the spot, and I help him shoot that.
Okay, nice.
And then I see y'all loading in, and we're loading out, and it's like, hey, how's it going, everybody?
Yeah.
So I know very little about it. I've never been to a roast.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fun, man. It's 2 comics go up there, and they're usually friends.
Yeah.
And those are the best ones. But like, you go up there and call people fat, stupid, and gay in clever ways, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Have you ever had one just like really hurt somebody's feelings?
I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. I know none of them have hurt my feelings.
Right.
I get called a fat, fucking dumbass, illiterate, racist every fucking time.
Right.
And I'm like, I might be a dumbass, but I'm not illiterate or racist.
Right.
So they don't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I know what I look like.
You got some thick skin by now. You probably heard it all.
Yeah, I'm thick.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever hurt anybody's feelings. I'm sorry if I did. We know what we're signing up for.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's supposed to be mean, supposed to be kind of whatever, but like everybody's got different styles.
Yeah.
And like for me, I'm not going at, I'm not going to try to hit you with, shit that's really going to cut you in the fucking gut. I want to just hit you with some silly, stupid shit.
Right.
You look like you do this. You look like you do that. That kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, you don't want to go for like, oh, I heard your mom died last week.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. There's some people that's their flavor. Me, I'm not the guy.
Yeah, some people want to just try and cut deep early.
Yeah. Yeah, some people's, it's like fighting. I mean, people got different styles. Some people like to hit you with a bunch of little jabs and try to set you up for something. Some people kind of like whatever. Me, I like to just punch you as hard as I can in the fucking mouth.
Right. And it seems like you would do that in a real fight too.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what's funny is like out here, I haven't had to, knock on wood, I haven't had to have any fucking physical altercations in the state of California.
Yep.
So that's good because we're in New Orleans. I used to do it all the time.
Well, people like to fight more in the South.
Exactly.
I'm from North Carolina.
Yeah.
I have not had a fight in California.
I've been a bouncer since I was 18.
Yeah.
I'm 35.
Yeah.
So I've been bouncing at different clubs and between Louisiana and here my whole life.
So technically you are a professional fighter.
No, I'm a professional de-escalator.
Okay.
But
that's a better way to put it.
I have fought plenty of times, but I'm not trying to do that.
Right, you're not looking for it.
Yeah, but that's what's awesome about roast battle is getting to kind of take that energy and put it into words and make people laugh instead of making people eat through a straw.
Right, sending them to the hospital.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of these guys that try and do the opposite of roast battle, where it's like a compliment off? Where it's like they try and say the nicest things.
I have not, but sure.
They obviously haven't been as successful as.
Yeah, I mean, were they gonna bang after?
I don't know. It's just a couple people were like, "Oh, what would be the opposite?"
Damn, maybe
of
your
roast
tits look great today.
Right. Yeah. That is the nicest shirt I've ever seen. It's like it just doesn't. You don't get the same laugh.
Look a lot better with some cum on it. No, I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea how they would do that and make it funny.
Right.
But power to them. Everybody can, figure it out. If you'd rather call somebody, you don't want to body shame them. You want to fucking build them up or whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. It just doesn't. It's not the same. It's not the. It just doesn't have the same.
We're not there for that.
Yeah.
You want to. You like roast battles like one of the few places, because like in stand up, because like you can attack whatever, you can talk about whatever you want, but sometimes in like your regular stand up, for me especially, like sometimes some of these topics are kind of like, oh, I don't know if I should do that out here type shit. Maybe I should save that and try to do that when I'm somewhere else. I don't know how they'll go with this, but like in roast battle, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And you can do it on stand up too, but I guess I'm like, they know what they're coming to most of the time. So it's like, all right, that might work. And then if something works good with roast battle, maybe I could throw it into a stand up.
Right.
So,
Yeah, the audience in LA is just, I haven't been able to catch my feet here.
I ain't scared of them by any means. Like I figured them out a little bit. I figured out how to kind of get myself over with the crowd, if that makes sense. Like they kind of like get them on my team. So that's been good.
Yeah, I've had more losses than wins in LA, but on the road I feel like I'm catching my feet.
That's good.
Yeah. But I've been opening for the same guy for
Who?
Drew Lynch.
Oh, okay, nice. I know Drew.
Yeah, we worked together all last year.
Okay, great.
Did 150 shows.
Drew's a funny fucking dude too.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to direct his next special.
Oh, let's go.
In Chicago at the end of the month, probably after this comes out. But
Nice.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Congrats, dude.
Thank
That's
you,
awesome.
man. Yeah, it'll be the third one I've done with him. And I think he's texting me right now, but I'll get back to him after this.
I'll holler at you later, boss man. I'm doing stuff.
I'm working right now.
Yeah.
Now, you also host Comic Wars.
Yeah, that's the one I do at the Improv.
And that is it similar? It just has to change the name because of branding?
No, yeah, it's similar but different. Like, I've always compared it, because we started doing it in the backyard during COVID because there was nothing going on. And people, like, we were doing, like, open mics and fucking shows in the backyard type shit.
Right.
A bunch of people were talking about, like, oh, we want to do some roast battle. Let's do roast battle. We were doing shows at my house in the backyard because at the time I was staying at a house in North Hollywood. We had a show. They were like, well, let's do it back there. I was like, all right. I asked Moses. He said, yeah, do it. So we did it, and we do it a little different. Like me and Miranda, Miranda, and we decided to do it a little different. It's like, instead of, in roast battle, it's two comics go up there and they go lick for lick, joke for joke, 3 jokes or 5 jokes. Like me versus you, I get a joke, you, me, you, me, you.
And you get a response.
You get 3 or 5. But with us, we were like, well, we don't want to do that because that's what they do a roast battle. This is more of a fun. Let's just kind of give people an opportunity that haven't done it, that want to try it. Maybe they're too scared to first time do it at the belly room. Too much pressure, whatever. Do it in the fucking backyard.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and we do like 3 rounds. So we do like, I get a minute uninterrupted.
Oh, okay.
You get a minute uninterrupted.
Right.
Do the same thing in the second round. Each get a minute. Third round, final joke.
Yeah.
You save your best for last, and then we have the judges tell them who won. It's kind of I associate it like we're college football, roast battles the NFL.
Right.
Because it's a lot harder to do good with less, if that makes sense. Because if you have a minute, you have 2 whole minutes and a joke, you got plenty of shit you can throw at the wall.
Yeah.
One of the hardest parts about roast battle is deciding what fucking 5 jokes to use.
Yeah. Because you write like 20 or 30.
Yeah, and it gets people writing. It gets you kind of feeling your voice, feeling what what connects with the audience type shit. And like we've built up, like a lot of the best people at roast battle now are people that did it with us. Like, and when we moved after COVID, we moved to the Improv, and we've been doing it there for 2.5 years, I guess.
Right. So when you graduate or get comfortable at Comic Wars, then you take a step.
I mean, I tell them, I tell people if I see them do good, even if it's their first time, I'm like, bro, you should go hit up people at roast battle, go check it out. You should do it.
Yeah.
You would do good there.
Do you have to, in roast battle, and stop me if you don't want to talk about this, in roast battle, if I wanted to challenge you for your belt, but I've never done roast battle before, that ain't happening, right? You can't just be.
It's not me that makes that call. It's Pat, the commissioner.
Okay.
So Pat runs it. Moses is the host, and Pat is the commissioner. So he kind of runs all the booking the battles and that kind of stuff.
But not anybody can come for your belt.
No, they got to earn it.
Yeah.
I mean,
'cause otherwise everybody would just challenge the belt every time.
sure.
Yeah.
And it's more of like wrestling. Like you got to earn your spot if you want to fucking fight for the title. You got to win a tournament, win the Royal Rumble, be on a fucking hot streak and been beating a bunch of badass people. Like different ways like that. So
Are you big? I'm assuming you're a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been live to one of the arena shows?
Yeah. So I got to go to WrestleMania when it was out here a few years ago, and that was fucking awesome.
The one at SoFi?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that building is huge.
Yeah, dude, it was my only time being there. It was my first time being there. It was fucking dope.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends I had met when I was bouncing at one of the comedy things, he was like, "Hey, bro," he saw my set and I do a bit about wrestling, and he was like, "Oh, dude." He was like, "You like wrestling?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, we're going to the fucking WrestleMania." This was in WrestleMania is in April, and this was in June, so this was like a year almost.
Yeah.
And the dude's like, "We're going to WrestleMania this year. It's in LA. We're gonna fucking you come with us." So I was like, "All right." He's like, "I got a ticket. I'll get it for you." I was like,
Even better.
"Yeah, I'll go," because I ain't got no money to go to WrestleMania and so forth.
Sure. Because that's expensive.
Yeah, but he had money and shit, I guess. So,
Yeah.
But he invited. And tell me why. Right before WrestleMania, I got a DM from him on Instagram. Like, "Hey, bro, you still down for WrestleMania?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." So we went, and it was. I had so much fucking fun, dude.
Yeah.
It was dope. Appreciate you, Will.
Same thing happened to me for Taylor Swift.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Your Taylor Swift is my WrestleMania.
Well, I hope not. I'm not. I'm not a fan, but a friend of mine was tour managing her opening band, and they sold out 6 shows.
Oh, damn.
And then she was like, "Do you want to come on Monday?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I got you a front row ticket." I'm like, "No, but I want to see the spectacle of what it's like to see this massive tour."
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll go check it out. It's a $900 ticket.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
Yeah,
She winked at me. It's all good.
cool.
They gave everybody those bracelets that light up, and mine stayed red the whole time. I was like, "Taylor's sending me a message." This is the backstage beacon right here.
Pull up.
Yeah, but I think Travis Kelce probably have a problem with that.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, so Comic Wars, good. I'm glad you educated me on that because I've always wondered the difference between roast battle.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot different, but not at the same time. It's similar.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of giving people that ain't as seasoned at it more of a shot and building up new people. And honestly, this year they gave me the award for most improved roast battler, and I think Comic Wars is a big part of that because I hosted with Miranda.
Right.
So I'm on my. You're
going training when you're not.
Every month I'm battling somebody usually once a month, and I'm hosting once a month. So
Getting your reps in.
being quick, both writing for when I do the battles, but then hosting is just all off my, quick on my feet, off my head, off the top of my head, what I hear, what I see, and that helps out a lot doing that. So
Is that what took you down to Austin to the mothership?
yeah, that's why I got to go to the mothership in July and battle. Actually, the guy I'm battling in London is the same guy I battled in the mothership.
Okay.
And he beat me at the mothership.
Oh, shit.
So he's undefeated for the last 2 seasons. His name's Andrew Manning. And
And you said you're going to battle him in London, but where is he from again?
New York.
New York.
Mm-hmm. He's the champion of New York. And
That's
and
tough.
somebody said on the comments on the clip of us from the mothership, they were like, "Why does the guy from LA sound more like he's from New York than the guy from New York?"
That's funny.
Because I think he's technically from Connecticut.
Yeah.
So he ain't got the, flavor.
How you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got the...
Excuse me, I'm walking here.
Yeah. You should... I wonder what it would be like for you to battle him in New York.
I would love to, and honestly, I'm going to kick his fucking ass in London, and we can do a rubber match in New York.
Do you want to do a wrestling style promo, a message to Andrew right now?
I mean, I would. I could.
I'll cut it for you.
Yeah, sure.
I'll clip it for you.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm not in it right now, but yeah, I should.
I mean, if you at any point feel like you want to just say something to
whenever
him,
you rile me, whenever I get riled up, I
you
will.
look right in that camera. I'll cut it out for you. You send it right to him. We'll put it on the internet.
Perfect.
And I think. Do they do those type of promo things at Roast Battle? Do they cut those? I don't watch them on YouTube.
So they've been wanting to do more of it, and I've been wanting to do it. I just haven't really done it. And some people will do stupid little things, like they'll put them on their Instagram story or whatever. And I like the idea of it. I think it's fun. Mm-hmm. But it's like, for this, I'm taking it serious. And I'm like, if I do that, it will hype it up, but it also might backfire on me, make me look like an asshole.
Right.
So I'm like, I gotta make sure if I did do it, I gotta do it right.
Yeah. And if you're going to do it for the show, you'd probably have to do it in the green room in front of that other person.
Yeah.
And then just like they do it in the arenas for wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Get your ass out here to the ring. Yeah.
That'll be fun. Do you think that it'll ever move I mean, it's been other places in the Belly Room, but do you think it'll ever be like? What's the largest venue roast battle's been in?
I mean, after COVID, they were doing it in the main room a little bit, but it was like spaced out, like less tickets type shit.
Yeah.
I know they just did one, like, because they do it at the mothership in the big one. They do it in the big room at the mothership. And that's however many people that is in there, what, 250, 300, I guess. Something.
Yeah.
And, but I mean, they've done it, you know, I would guess something about that.
Do you think
like
it'll ever
just
be
like regularly, but like they used to do on TV. I'm sure they had big crowds for TV.
Yeah. I actually worked on the show.
Oh, really?
But it was just the promo, so we did the photo shoots and
nice.
with Jeff and like 20. It was before they did the show, so they got 20 people to come in. And this was before I was in comedy.
Yeah,
I was just working in the film business, and
that's
I got to
awesome.
meet Jeff, and every time I see Jeff, I'm like, hey, and he doesn't remember me, and it's funny. And then during COVID, Jeff popped into Big Wang's in North Hollywood, and I was real drunk, and I just went up to him. He was talking to all his friends. I interrupted him. I'm like, Jeff, we worked together on roast battle. He was like, okay, man.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. That's my, and now every time I see Jeff, I'm like, just trying to avoid him.
Yeah, like, sorry about that time at Big Wangs.
He doesn't remember that either, which was,
Probably for the better.
I hope so. Yeah. Because I don't want to be known as the drunk guy.
Yeah, that drunk guy from the Big Wang.
Yeah. Are you doing Sober January? It's currently January as we're recording this. Do you drink?
I mean, I drink liquor, but, I don't drink nearly as much as I do, like, or did in Louisiana. Just, I'm working on shit. I'm doing stuff, and, like, I drive. So I'm like, I'm not trying to get drunk and then have to drive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I smoke because they got, they got weed stores.
Yeah.
So I smoke.
What's it like? I mean,
I guess the question was like, do I drink? Yes. But do I drink a lot? Not really.
Not enough to have to take a whole month off and clean.
No, I'm not. No.
It's recreational.
I'm from Louisiana. I'm not.
You don't have a problem.
I'm not. Yeah. I don't need. I'm not one. And all respect to the people that do, but for me, I'm like, I'm fine.
We're not going to hear about you getting your 5-year chip.
No.
From AA.
Oh no. I was like, what kind of chip? No.
Well, they do like, oh, you made it 30 days. Here's a token. They give you 1 year, 30 days, 1 year, 6 months, 5 years. You get chips, little token, little coins.
Oh, nice. Fucking.
Yeah, you carry them around.
Yeah, no. No respect to that, man. I'm just, I feel like I'm fine at what you call it, moderation. Like knowing, man, if it's somebody's birthday or my birthday or something, yeah, I'll get fucked up. But like, it's a Tuesday.
Right.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I smoke weed, I can still function, and especially the next day. Liquor.
Right.
That's different.
Yeah, I cannot drive high.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it.
Oh no, I'm not accusing you of it, but
yeah.
It's just I feel like, and this is dumb. We'll move on, but I feel like if I took a couple hits of a joint and had to drive, or if I had 3 beers, I'd be way safer.
Yeah.
Driving.
Yeah, no, some people's like that too. I mean, I'm like, I smoke, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's times where like I'm gonna chill here for a little bit, eat something.
Yeah, I'm way better on gummies. I'm more of a gummy guy.
Yeah, I'll eat them bitches at home. I don't drink. I don't eat them bitches and then go somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll eat the gummies at home.
I take a 5 milligram gummy and I'll just bite the corner off of it, try and
There
get
you go.
1 milligram out of it, and I get silly.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Then I go right to sleep.
microdosing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is macro for me. I got the lowest tolerance on the planet for weed.
Nice.
But there's there's a culture of like who can smoke the most and like
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
weed culture.
You can have that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to smoke as much as you want with you, but I'm not. It's not a competition.
I recently got to go in, not the green. Well, I've been in the green room of the main room of the Comedy Store, but there's the outside smoking patio back behind the kitchen. Recently got to go there for the first time,
Oh yeah.
and everybody, I'm not gonna name any names. Everybody had like a big baseball bat, and they were passing it around, and I was like, yeah, just take it. There you go. Like I couldn't. There's no way I would have been able to drive home.
Oh yeah.
And hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I don't need to be throwing up at the Comedy Store. That's not.
Yeah. No, you don't want to do that.
Nah, there's plenty of other people that are doing that. What was the vibe at the mothership? Like, how long did you get to hang out there? Was it your first time?
That was my first and only time I've been down to Austin. Was down there for like 4 days. No, I was down there for 4 days, and Austin was dope. Like I got to do 5 shows in 4 days.
Wow.
And
not all at the mothership, but like
No,
Cap
no,
City
no,
and all
no.
those.
But like the other spots, like the Sunset Strip and the Creek and Cave and and another one.
Yeah.
Another one or two other ones, but it was fun, man. I liked it down there. I liked the vibe. I know some people down there, like my friends, a couple of my friends down there, so they let me stay with them. Mm-hmm. And I got to do the mothership for roast battle, and I got on the mic at the mothership the next day, and that was fun too. So I got to do both the little rooms, and it was dope. I did good at both of them.
Yeah,
I lost my battle, but it was still fun.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. If you're gonna lose anywhere, why not lose at the mothership?
I mean, I was pissed, but yeah, you know, and I'm excited for it. I'm glad I lost that one though. Looking back at it, it's like I'd rather have lost that one going into this than have won that one going into this.
Right, because you're gonna work harder.
Yeah, and this one's more important. Like, yeah, that was important, and I would like to have won, but you know, like the first time I battled the guy I beat for the belt, I had lost, but the second time I beat him. The first time I battled another guy that I defended my belt against, I had lost. The second time I beat him. First time I battled, and the first time I battled the other guy I defended my belt against, I lost, but the second time beat him. So I like my chances.
So the odds are good on you. The Vegas odds.
The comeback, you know what I'm saying? The equal it up. You might get me the first time, you ain't getting me again.
Right.
And I'm hoping.
That's a good mentality.
Yeah.
Do they fly you out to London?
They are doing that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice perk.
Yeah, I've never been out the country before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
And you said it was going to be in April. When did you say you're going to London?
Next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fucking cold.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a dry cold though.
Okay.
It's not like Chicago or New York. It's not wet.
I've never been there either.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You will. Especially when you're the fucking world champ.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm hoping to go check out New York is the next place I'd like to go because like I never been to Austin. That was dope. I never been to New York. I want to go there next. That'd be like the place I'd like to go in the U.S.
I have been to New York for various different reasons other than comedy, but the first time I went to New York with a comedian, it was Tim Dillon. We played the Beacon Theater for the New York Comedy Festival.
Fuck yeah.
And I walked, I was just his videographer. I didn't do time.
Still.
I walked 73 blocks to the Comedy Cellar.
Damn.
Because I just wanted to see New York. And the show was over at 10. Comedy Cellar's open until 2. And
how fucking far is 73 blocks?
About an hour and 30 minutes.
Of a walk? Nice.
I wasn't in a hurry either. I was,
Yeah.
I walked right through Times Square.
Cool.
I texted Josh Adam Myers, and I was like, hey, man, just finishing up with, Tim over at the Beacon. He's like, I'm about to go on stage. I'm going to this room. Wait for me outside. So I'm waiting outside. People are like, what are you doing here? I think it was the manager. I was like, oh, I'm just, I'm waiting for Josh Adam Myers to get off stage. She's like, get in here. Come sit at the bar. She told his bartender anything he wants. He's a friend of Josh's, whatever. Super welcoming.
Nice.
And not what I would have expected. Because,
Yeah.
you see New York on TV and everybody's like, oh, I'm walking here, just like you said.
Yeah.
And like, tough. But they're so accepting, so welcoming. It's a
Yeah.
comedy community just like it is here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can imagine that because like I got a bunch of friends that I've met that live there or that are from there that have like come visit out here, and they all told me the same kind of stuff, and they all seem cool as shit. So I'm like, I feel like it would be a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to go check that out eventually.
So back to wrestling for a second.
Okay.
Austin he's not wrestling that much anymore. He made it.
No, he don't wrestle no more. He's been retired.
But didn't he come out over time?
He came out of retirement a couple years ago at WrestleMania to have like a kind of one-off match.
Yeah.
And that was dope.
Yeah, because he's got the knees, right?
Yeah, well, he has knees problems. The dude's almost I think he just turned I think he's like 60 or something like that.
Really?
He's older now.
Yeah.
But still badass.
So who's your favorite now? Do you still watch it?
Yeah, I still watch it. Who's my favorite now? Probably LA Knight.
Okay.
Yeah, LA Knight's the man.
You could have said anything and I wouldn't know who they are, so I probably shouldn't ask that question.
LA Knight kind of like, he's a funny motherfucker. I like his flavor. He's good at talking shit. He's a funny dude.
And he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they all have pretty similar abilities, but they decide.
Some do. Some people are, the people that jump off the top rope and do flips and shit. Some people are the big motherfuckers who just beat the fuck out of people. Some people are, littler dudes who do submissions or what, technical, whatever. So
yeah. Are you into MMA too?
Yeah.
Okay. I know a little bit more about MMA than I do about professional wrestling.
Yeah.
So this is going great.
Yeah, dude, they're fun, man. I like watching both of them. Wrestling, it's like, yeah, it's. I was a fan when I was a kid, and then I got out of it when I was, middle school or something.
Right.
And then I got back into it in college because my roommate in college, one of my best friends, he still watched it. So I was like watching it with him, and I was like, oh, this is actually fun. Like, I know it's fucking fake.
Yeah.
But I also know the Avengers are fucking fake, and the Avengers are fucking awesome. So,
right.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know that this guy more likely than not, didn't fucking sleep with this other dude's wife, and now they're going to fight about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, it's still fun.
It's like Selling Sunset for dudes. It's like you watch the story. That's a reality show.
I was about to say, I don't know what that is, but yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's reality TV, but with, like, fucking athletes. Mm-hmm. So, fuck it. It's fun.
I grew up, my parents were super religious, so I wasn't allowed to watch anything that wasn't, like, faith-based or religious.
Damn.
We didn't get cable until I was out of the house. I finally
damn.
got, like, basic cable when I was, like, 25.
Okay.
So I'm, as an adult, going back and reabsorbing all the things that I wanted to as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's got to be fun, too, to an extent. Like, you never saw that. But I guess for me, it's like if I had, like, you know how, like, if somebody tells you, like, oh, this movie is so fucking dope, you got to watch. How have you never seen this movie? And it's like a movie from, like, the 90s or the 80s or the 70s. Mm-hmm. And you're like, if you didn't see it when it was, like, when you were younger, when it was coming out, it's like going back to it, it's like, all right. I get it, I guess.
Yeah.
But like the original Star Wars, like you're really gonna get that into Star Wars watching the original one if you never saw any of it now? Probably not.
You go back and watch the original Star Wars now, it's been, for me, I'm 45 years old. I romanticized it because I went back and watched it last year or whatever during Pandy, and the first hour and a half is a snoozer. Mm-hmm. It's a kid on a farm on a different planet. Mm-hmm. It's boring as shit. But when you're a kid in the 80s,
yeah, it was like, dope as fuck.
That's fucking space.
So I think part of that nostalgia or whatever probably has a bit to do with it. But
plus, anytime someone goes, "You have to see this movie," I love it. I almost always hate it.
See, I'm always down to give it a chance. Like if somebody's really like, "Bro, you gotta see this fucking movie," I'm like, "All right, I'll give it the chance." And maybe I don't, maybe I do. Who knows? I'm not.
If I find something that I really like, I suggest you watch this, and I'd love to hear your thoughts after you watch it. Because I don't want to go like, oh, I mean, the more you blow it up, the more people's expectations are risen, and then they watch it and they're like, well, it's all right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Yeah, exactly. I won't tell you what happens at the end of Endgame.
What does happen at the end of Endgame?
You got to watch it to find out, bro.
There have been some fan edits of an alternate ending.
Oh, really?
On YouTube.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. That's fun.
Yeah, they make Robert Downey Jr. say other shit. Because
yeah.
AI, you can change everybody's voice.
Oh, yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
Do you think, how do you feel about AI affecting comedy? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't know. How it would affect the comedy, how like people like writing jokes through the computer. Like, hey, computer, write me a joke about lesbians.
Have you ever tried that?
No.
Oh, I have. It's horrible.
I'm sure they're dog shit.
Like,
but who knows? I mean, sure, maybe one day it gets better. Who knows? But it's. Look, bro, I ain't got no feelings on it because I don't use it. I don't know really. I'm like, do I like it? No.
Yeah, because we already have TikTokers who will take the audio from a bit, and they'll just mouth it, and they'll get 700,000 views, and the comic's got 10,000 views, and they don't credit the comic.
Oh, damn.
I mean, it's rampant on TikTok.
See, I don't have TikTok.
You get a chick with a booty, and she does a fucking Jim Gaffigan bit. She gets 1 million views. I mean, of course, Jim Gaffigan's getting 1 million views, too. That's a bad example. But you take, like, a smaller comic, maybe 200,000 views that would normally get, that range, and you put a model on it, and she's just mouthing it while she's vacuuming the house, and her account gets way more, and they don't. So
if it was me, let's pretend that it was me, that they took my bit, a hot chick took my bit and was vacuuming to it or whatever, I'd be like, hey, that's my bit. Thanks. Follow me, whatever, bitch.
Do you know who Bo Burnham is?
I've heard of him.
He got famous when he was like 17, early on. Musical comedian, plays piano, like early fame, but he's like maintained it. He wrote like a one-man show in his garage during Pandy, and he filmed it all himself for a special. Put it out.
Yeah.
There's a kid on TikTok whose favorite comedian is Bo Burnham, so he wrote a song about the end of TikTok, and everyone credited Bo Burnham because his voice sounds exactly like it. And now he's trying to be like, no, guys, I wrote it. And Bo's not saying, that's not my song.
Oh, so he's like not denying or like giving the kid the credit for the thing, and they're thinking it's him.
He may just be oblivious because he might just post and ghost or have a team that posts it, and he's not
aware of the thing.
Probably not. I'm not accusing him of being like taking credit. He doesn't need the credit. He's
not like he needs to steal from a kid. He's got Netflix,
right?
But yeah,
do you?
I have no idea.
Have you ever experienced or caught anybody stealing jokes?
Have I?
Because it's a fine line.
Not stealing from me.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't had nobody steal nothing from me. Maybe that's good because my stuff's kind of unique to me.
Right.
Like I'm not, I don't have a, something that most of my stuff is about me. Mm-hmm. So people really can't take that.
Right.
But like, I've seen people like steal jokes from like in roast battle. I've seen people steal fucking jokes and like reuse old people, like people's jokes from like back in the day, or like recycle a joke and maybe just change a word or two and make it theirs, or even just say it verbatim. And I'll call them out as soon as I see that.
Oh yeah.
Like
can't get away.
You can't get like one of the only things in there is it's original material only. Mm-hmm. Even if that was your own original, like even I saw somebody steal from themselves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like they reused an old joke. Like, say me and you battled, and I did a joke against you, and then you battled this fucking coffee. You took that joke I used against you, and reworded it and used it on the coffee, and I'm like, you dirty bitch.
Yeah.
That was mine.
Right.
And now you flipping it and using it there, whatever. Yeah. So I don't really come across it often, but if I do see it, I'm gonna say something. I'm not gonna just let you get away with it.
Right.
Like I'm not the police, but I'm like, bruh.
Right.
Come on.
But they do have judges, right?
Yeah, I mean, roast battles they do, but I mean, some of the judges ain't seen all these fucking battles, and they don't fucking know. They just see what they see. It's funny.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Do you? This is a leading question, but eventually the goal is to write for Jeff, right? And write on the big roasts.
I mean, yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would be something that like like I wasn't on the team for the Tom Brady or the other one, but I was like the water boy, and one of my jokes made it on the Tom Brady one, and one of my jokes made it on the 2024 one. Nice. So I'm hoping, I mean, I got the opportunity to water boy. I did good. Put me in the game, coach.
There you go.
One of these days, especially if I win the world championship.
Yeah, I mean that's a no-brainer.
Then it's like, hey, you need somebody to help somebody. Yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm. What are some other opportunities that you're hoping comedy leads to? Like, for example, Andrew Santino has always been a comedian, but he takes acting roles and he has a podcast. Yeah. So, like, what are some other things that you want to do with comedy? Not giving up comedy, but in conjunction with comedy.
Well, I'd love to keep building the comedy for sure, and I'd love to, one day have me a good special on one of the fucking streaming things or whatever. But I'd also like to do acting roles. I do acting class. I moved out here because I write and I act, and I didn't even do stand up when I moved out here. Mm-hmm. So I moved out here because I wrote a pilot and I won a contest. I won I won second place in one of the biggest like contests. So I was like, all right, I can do that, and maybe I can make that work. I'd like to do that. I'd like to write a show. I'd like to write on shows. I'd like to act. I'd like to, I could be a fucking henchman. I could be the fucking bad guy. I could be the good guy. I could be whatever the fuck. You know? I'd like to do any of that. So
yeah,
acting, writing.
You could be the good guy too.
Yeah,
it's 2025.
Yeah, the anti-hero.
You don't have to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Do you have a style that you like to write? And do you like to write pilots, or do you like to write long form like movie stuff?
I wrote a pilot. And I liked doing that. I like the idea of doing that. I also got another one that I was working on recently for a cartoon, because I think that would be fun. Mm-hmm. Somebody told me I would have a good voice for voiceover. Voiceover is something I'd like to do too. Yeah. Just because, I can't do other voices, but I can do mine.
That's right.
I can't do a British accent. I can't do celebrity impressions, but I can sound like this.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised, like, if you just push and pull your own voice, slow it down, speed it up, then you automatically have 2, 3, 4 more voices you can do.
Yeah, and I just need the one, Yeah. Give me the one.
I've been told so many times that I should be in voiceovers, but people want me to do announcer guy, like Chevy trucks, like that kind of shit. The end of the world, like radio guy. And I just
Sunday.
right.
Yeah.
And I think that market's already full, but that's probably my excuse for not pursuing it.
I mean, you can always there's always room for something, player.
That's right. Yeah.
If everybody's doing the same shit, I mean, they're gonna need somebody to do this one.
Mm-hmm. They always need the discount version of the main guy too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could be that. I could be the discount version of the main guy.
Yeah, you could be the main guy too. So there you go.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So I do some clippable segments, and it's would you rather's, right?
Okay,
So,
fuck yeah.
You know what would you rather's are, right?
Would I rather do this or that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is where I get most of my clips from.
Okay.
Because no matter what you answer, somebody on the internet's going to disagree with you, which gets engagement, which drives numbers up.
And somebody's going to agree.
That's right. And they're going to argue with the person who doesn't.
Yeah.
So if you're down, I got 7 of them.
Yeah, let's run it.
All right. Would you rather fart loudly or snore loudly?
I would rather, I guess, fart loudly because that's funnier than snoring. I mean, if you fart anywhere in public, they're going to hear it more likely or do something. Snoring loudly, you ain't going to be lucky with no old lady if you fucking can't snore.
That's
right.
right.
If you keep snoring real loud, nobody's going to fucking sleep over there.
Yeah, I got real bad sleep apnea. I snore a lot.
Oh, really?
And it's a problem.
You ain't fat.
I'm not fat.
I thought people only had that it was fat.
No, you can have a fat neck.
Oh, shit.
I've had it since I was a kid.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I got to do...
I never heard of sleep apnea until this fucking roast battle, and people always just said about fat people, so I assumed it was a fat thing.
You must not... You must not snore then.
I don't think so.
I wake myself up snoring.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I've had surgery for it.
Oh, fuck, bro.
I do all that shit. Yeah.
Well, I wish you well.
And I fart real quiet. So I would trade my sleep apnea for a loud fart.
Yeah.
Because every time somebody laughs at me, oh, you farted loud. I'm like, well, I'm sleeping good.
Yeah.
All right, how about this? Would you rather be homeless or be in prison?
I'd rather be homeless.
Same.
I think I'd rather be homeless because then it's like I'm learning survival skills and figuring it out and probably having more fun.
You at least you could do whatever you want when you're homeless.
Yeah.
And it is more of an adventure.
Yeah. It's more of like a fucking, it'd be more of an adventure, or I'd feel like I'm, always on a quest every day as opposed to doing the same fucking thing every day.
I think to a certain age, though, I think after 60 or 65, I think I'd rather be in prison instead of fighting for my food on the streets. Just have a regiment.
You'd be fighting for your food in the fucking cage.
That's true. All right, I'm going to stay homeless my whole life.
Yeah, I'd rather be homeless than in jail.
Yeah.
I think.
I watch a lot of shit on YouTube where a guy goes off in the woods and just builds a cabin and survives. I watch the show Alone, where you got to go out there and survive for 60 days by yourself.
Oh, damn.
You ever heard of that one? They send 10 people to Alaska and they put them 3 miles apart. You get to take 10 items, and they don't tell you how long you're going to be there. But eventually everybody quits, and the last person standing gets $500,000.
Shit.
So you got to build a shelter. The longest anybody's gone is 100 days, and that guy won $1 million.
Jesus.
But literally, you're out there, and then they come and do a wellness check once a week, and eventually, the last person quits, and they come out to you, and they're like, you only find out because they're interviewing you for camera, and then your loved one comes up behind you, taps you on the shoulder, scares the shit out of you.
Because you ain't seen nobody.
You ain't seen nobody for 100 days. You killed and caught all your food.
3.5 months?
Yeah, in the winter in Alaska.
Damn, son.
Yeah. Check it out. I mean, I'm not going to recommend it.
No, yeah, I mean, that's fucking respect to that dude, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually the winner gets to go on Rogan, too, which is kind of a carrot.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking, how many aliens you think he saw in fucking Alaska in 100 days by himself?
Or, yeah. Because you start to lose your mind after a while sitting in that little tent.
Well, yeah. But also they got buku aliens in Alaska, right?
I don't know if we're allowed to tell you about that yet.
Oh, well, I'm telling you. I'll look into the alone, you look into the we ain't alone.
That's right. That's a new series that you write. We ain't alone. It's just somebody surviving and seeing aliens.
Yeah, it's some dude trying to fucking survive in the wilderness, and then he realizes he ain't alone. I got fucking, these motherfuckers been up here dropping off cattle to me, mutilated cattle.
And somebody catches an alien and eats it. That's how they survive.
Yeah.
Because they run out of food all the time. There's not a lot of food out there.
Yeah. Yeah, he catches an alien that's doing some crop circles in the snow or whatever. And
boom.
One of his 10 items was a fucking shotgun. He's holding it up like a fucking...
Yeah, look at this moose I caught. It's gray.
Look how big this fucking thing is.
There's no fur on it.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Would you rather, I'm supposed to look in the camera when I do this. Would you rather be best friends with a celebrity or have your dream job? Now, there's caveats to this because you and I both have friends that would be considered to the average person a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, what is your dream job? I'm assuming it's being a comedian professionally for money.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer this for you, but
it's that. It's being a professional comedian.
So
and not having to be a bouncer too.
So this is a dumbass question because if you got your dream job, when you get your dream job, all your friends will be celebrities, including yourself.
Not all of them, because my friends back home are just regular dudes, and so am I. But you know.
So you stayed close with everybody back home.
Yeah. I've been like, I have friends that I've made in every like stage of life, but like my best friends are like my friends from when I was 5, and like we've all been friends since we was that young, like our whole group of friends, and you know, like after Katrina, we all moved away. We all grew up together up until from 5 to 15. And then after that, we all moved to different places, but we still stayed friends. And, you know, I always hang out with them when I'm down there. I go down there every year for Christmas. So I love my fucking people. And they ain't all famous, but they all could be.
Yeah.
It'd be like Entourage, you know, bring my people with me when I get big.
100%. When I moved out here, I was in a band. So I brought my
nice.
3 best friends with me in 2006. And we all ended up getting jobs in the film business, and our record deal fell apart. But we said, when on the drive out here, we were like, which lottery are we going to hit? Are we going to be get a record deal, or are we going to get jobs in the film business? And everybody ended up being production assistants, and we all worked our way up over the last 20 years.
And there you go.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
So I don't have any friends back home because I brought them all out here with me.
Yeah.
So when I hear people like, oh, I'm still friends with people back home, I'm like, that sounds weird to me.
Yeah. And see, that sounds weird to me. They're like, because I guess I always thought, you know, I guess my experience was what most people experience, and then I realized no, it ain't.
I mean, it is more common for people to come out here solo in the pursuit of comedy.
Yeah.
But then I didn't realize how quickly you could find a community in comedy.
Yeah.
Because the first couple of times I went to the Comedy Store, I went under the guise of like, well, how long do I sit on this patio before they just invite me on stage?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, dude, when I moved out here, I never did stand-up. I wasn't trying. I just was a fan. You know, I mean, I like to write and act, and I like stand-up, so I went watch a couple times at the Comedy Store. And when I moved in with my roommate, he was already a comedian, and he was like, so you don't do stand-up? And I'm like, no. He's like, I've been talking to you for fucking 15 minutes, and you're funnier than half the people I see at the open mics already. Like, just start doing it. Put you on he'd run a show once a month. So he's like, put you on the show next month. You start now. I was like, all right.
Nice.
So I did, and ain't quit since.
Nice.
And very, very happy I had that. All I needed was like somebody to give me that little push.
Right.
And I was like, all right, bet. And I'm really glad that they did.
Do you remember the rec room before pandemic on Sunset? It was upstairs. The dojo.
The dojo, yeah.
And it had a mic downstairs.
I had went there a couple times.
Yeah.
Not many, but a few.
I was sitting there. I'd been talking shit about wanting to be a comedian for probably a year, 2 years. And I was sitting there having beers with my 2 best friends. And they got the mic downstairs behind the curtain. And my buddy's like, I'm going to the bathroom. He comes back. He's got a little shit-eating smirk on his face.
He signed you up.
He signed me up. And I was like, fuck, dude, I don't have any I don't write any jokes. He's like, well, you about to figure it out. And I went up and told 2 stories, ate shit. But that got me started.
Yep.
And I was like, well, I fucking don't ever want to feel that feeling again.
Yep. I better work on it.
Where was your first show?
So, well, I said all that, but like that was like what kind of pushed me to do it for real. But like the first time I ever did it was actually at the open mic at the Comedy Store, not potluck, but like they were doing like the set. It was like set of the night is now, but like I guess back then. And it was on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
I remember it was New Year's Eve, and I got to see. I had paid for it. I'd been living out here for like 3 months. I had just finished working on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the movie. When I moved out here, I got a job doing security on that. So I was working security for that movie for like 3 months.
That's a big job.
It was awesome. And New Year's Eve, I bought a ticket to the Comedy Store. I went saw, it was Theo and Bill Burr both on a show in the main room. So I bought that ticket. I watched that show. They're my 2 favorite comics. And I was like, all right. I just saw my 2 favorite comedians. I was outside smoking a cigarette. And I saw a bunch of people go and put their little papers in a bucket. And I was like, what are they fucking doing with this bucket? And then some dude came ask me for a lighter right after I saw him through the thing in the fucking bucket. He came ask me for a lighter because I was smoking. He's like, hey, you got a lighter? I was like, yeah. I gave him my lighter. I said, hey, what's up with this bucket? And he's like, oh, you put your name in there and it's open mic, so they call your name and you go up and do 3 minutes of comedy. I was like, so I can do comedy here? He's like, yeah, if they put your name. I was like, all right, thanks. I was like, fuck it. You know what? I was a little drunk. I was like, I've been out here for 3 months. I just saw my 2 favorite comedians. I've been thinking I can do it. And I also saw some comics on that show that wasn't Theo and Bill Burr. That wasn't, that was like, that's the pillar, you know, like the pinnacle. But there's also people down here that I was like, okay, well, if they can do that, like I can never do this. I don't know how I'd ever do that. But if they're doing this, I can do somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. I threw my name in there. They called my name. I went upstairs, and they were like, all right, in the hole, this person. On deck, Nate Welch. Coming to the stage, this person. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm next.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck. And they're like, this person. All right, that person's not here. Coming to the stage now, Nate Welch. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
All right. And I went up there and talked about the time I met Stone Cold Steve Austin. And gave that story. And I was, you know, just kind of talking a little bit for the first minute or so. But then they started, I said something and they laughed. And it wasn't even like a joke. It was just me talking. And then, like, the end of the story fucking got a huge pop. And I was like, oh, okay. I think I can do this if I work on it. And then a month or two later is when my roommate, I moved in and started doing it. So first time I ever did it was at the Belly Room. And now I'm the champion.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's wild to think about, but yeah.
Yeah. I love that story. My first show, my first performance, other than that open mic, well, on my 40th birthday, I rented the dojo.
Oh, nice.
And I just bought the room because, I don't know, he gave it to me for like $200. I was like, what's it going to cost to not charge anybody? He was like, just give me like $200.
Nice.
And then I opened the bar up. I went to Costco and got a bunch of liquor. And I was like, it's open bar and it's free and it's my birthday. And I booked like 4 or 5 comics that had already been on my podcast, and I paid them $50 a piece.
There you go.
Gave them 15 minutes. Most of them did 6. I didn't know where they were at in their careers. And I started writing that week. I get up on stage first, cold. I didn't know that was a bad thing to do on my birthday show. I get 3 minutes in, fucking crickets. And I'm like, all right, so I'm going to host it. You ready for your first comic? So then I was hosting. And at the end of the night, after I'd had a couple drinks, I just sat down. I was wearing a suit, sat down on the stool, and I just fucking told stories for 45 minutes. And it was the best night of my life.
There you go, dude.
Yeah.
And you figure, you know, everybody got to find that footing, get comfortable. You know, being comfortable is one of the biggest things for me.
Yeah.
It's like, because it's hard. And like somebody's like, oh, bro, you know, fucking talking in front of people is one of the fucking biggest, most feared things people have. I'm like, I guess. I mean, we all get a little nervous, but like, it's also fun.
Yeah. And the more prepared you are, the less nervous you are.
Yeah. When you know your script, you're fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get good enough at your fucking knowing your stuff to where you can improvise in the middle and kind of, you know, play off the dome and get back to it.
I got, Drew pulled me aside last year on the road, and he was like, because he'd have a feature start, and then I would do a 10-minute guest set, and then he would do his hour and a half.
Nice.
And after like, I don't know, 30, 40 shows, he's like, man, what are you doing? I'm like, I think I'm doing great. He's like, yeah, you got this 10 minutes. But you're not trying anything new. You're in the safety of knowing you're getting a laugh here and here and here. No one cares that you're here. They're here to see me. I'm not bragging, but I sold these fucking tickets. You need to take a risk. At the end of the night, no one's going to remember that you were here. Open with something funny. Try something new every single fucking night. And then close with your closer. And I was like, oh, shit. And I would do it maybe every other show. I would try something new. But
at least that's a step.
Yeah.
Know? And that's good of him to do that.
Yeah, he was really a great coach, because he could have just been like, I don't care. He's the videographer.
Yeah.
Just giving him time. But
yeah. It's awesome that he was, you know, watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after, when, so I would come off, Justin would come back on, bring Drew up. And on the way out, Drew would be like, I got notes for you after the show. Like he would watch my 10 every single night. And then after, we'd smoke a cigar at a lounge somewhere, and he'd be like, all right, when you say this, don't do that. When you hold the mic, do this. It's like having a coach pay you to learn comedy for a year.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. Great. I can't complain. When I was with Theo, he used to offer me time too, and I can't believe I turned him down, but he was doing 3,500 seaters, and I was barely micing at the time. I was like, nah, man, I'll just stick to the cameras tonight.
Yeah, the first time I got to work with Theo was, I had been doing stand-up for 9 months, and it was the day after Christmas in Louisiana. He was doing a show at Lafayette. I had met him out here before I started doing stand-up. I just introduced because he was my favorite comic. and became friends with him. And he offered to let me do a spot down there, like a local opener, and I got to do a 5-minute cold open. And I remember I crushed that 5-minute cold open because all my shit's about being from Louisiana, living in L.A. So I did that.
Ideal target audience.
And it was ideal. That's why every time I get to work with him, it's awesome because his crowd, we are similar but different, but they're in for it. They know we're similar enough to where they're going to fuck with me if I do my thing. And I'll, do 9 months in, getting to do that was 2,000 people in Lafayette. And I was like, okay. And I did good. I was like, okay. That kept me going. It was like the thing that kept me going.
Yeah, that's a lot of fuel.
Yeah.
I want to be the one that sold these tickets.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do this. If I keep working hard at it for however long it takes, I can do that. And that's where we're working toward.
That's right.
Yep.
It's such a great taste too when you get out there and it's like no stakes and it's like somebody else's audience, but you get to see like
it's huge stakes for me.
Yeah.
Like it was like really there's no stakes, but like for me it was like, all right, this is the coolest thing I ever got to do in my life. And like that was 9 months in the stand up.
Yeah.
And like I've worked with him a few times between that, like after that. But then like this past year in 2024, he let me open for him at the Wiltern out here, which was 20-something hundred. And the Sanger in New Orleans, which is the equivalent of the Wiltern in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I got to do a theater in New Orleans and in L.A. with him. And I crushed both of them. I was like, let's fucking go, bro.
Yeah.
So, come a long way from the fucking, bullshit, but we still working, so.
That's right. When I say low stakes, what I mean is like your life's not in danger.
Yeah,
And
I'm not jumping off a bill. I'm not jumping out of a plane. I'm not fucking on a boat.
Your career's not over.
Yeah.
And the headliner knows that they got it.
And 9 times out of 10, they ain't watching anyway.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would say 99 times out of 100.
Yeah.
They're down there doing their thing with their friends in the back. I'm like, oh, it's my turn. I got to go do my hour. And they do their hour like they have never forgotten it. I forget my 10 minutes sometimes.
It happens. Especially when you're changing it up.
Yeah. Well, I had been off the road for a while, and I did a spot at the Improv in November. And I had 12 minutes, and I just got up there. I didn't even run it. I didn't watch it back. I was like, I'll just do the thing I do on the road. And I got up there, and I was like, I blanked.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I would start a joke and then be like, I don't remember the punchline. Actually, I only remember the punchline to the next one. I don't remember the setup. And then Ken something, big fella, big Latin comic.
Ken Flores.
Ken Flores went after me.
Destroyed.
He just roasted me for 10 minutes. And it was so funny. I was like, well, that might have been worth the bomb. We'll get into a couple more Would You Rathers and then we'll get you out of here.
Sounds like a plan, dude.
Would you rather forget who you are or forget who everyone else is?
Forget who I am or forget who everyone else is?
Right. Like you remember everything about you, but then everybody you meet is a stranger. Or you remember everybody, but you don't remember anything about yourself.
Oh, fuck. I guess I'd forget me. How the fuck would I forget me, though?
I know. That's hard. It's hard. I would just automatically forget everybody else.
I wouldn't want to do that, though. I don't want to forget everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I won't remember my friends and I won't remember my fucking people I don't like and then be like, what if I ended up becoming friends with the people I don't fucking like? Yeah, no, I guess I'd forget me.
That's
a hard fucking question.
That's a hard one.
Because then I guess I'd wake up and figure it out.
Yeah. You ever seen Memento? The guy's got a tattoo himself and he wakes up.
I never saw it.
It's the same guy that made, what's that? Inception.
Okay.
Before Inception, he made a movie called Memento. Mm-hmm. And the guy loses his memory. So every time he can remember himself all day, but when he goes to sleep and wakes up the next day, he can't remember shit. So he starts tattooing shit all over his body.
Oh, shit.
And he runs out of leg space. He starts on his thigh, runs out of that, fills up both legs, all up and down his arms. And he just, every morning he reads the story of what he's supposed to remember.
Oh, shit.
To solve a crime.
Okay. That sounds kind of cool.
I mean, I'm not recommending it.
Yeah.
Because it's old.
Might have to check it out.
Might have to. Let's see here. Okay. Would you rather never sleep with a pillow again or never sleep with a blanket again?
Would I rather never sleep with a pillow or never sleep with a blanket? I guess pillow, because if it's cold, you're fucked. And like, I could sleep without a blanket if it's hot, but you would get used to sleeping, on the floor with no pillow. But blanket, yeah, bro, give me the blanket.
I'm going pillow.
Yeah.
Because I got to put my head in just the right way so I don't snore, and I love to sleep cold.
Yeah, I like sleeping cold too, but I'm like, I think I'd have to get rid of the pillow and keep the blanket.
All right, we're on the other side of the fence there.
Yeah.
We'll see what the comments say. All right, last one. Whew, this one's, I think this is tough. Would you rather take an ice cold shower to be clean or never shower ever?
Ice cold shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be ugly 7 days a week. I ain't gonna fucking stink.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, bro.
Plus, everybody's into that cold plunge shit now anyway.
I'm not, but I'll do it.
Yeah, have you done it before?
No. I mean, I've taken a cold shower because the fucking water heater was off or whatever, but I mean, I ain't getting in the ice water just because I feel like it.
I have to call you out and say thank you for not calling it a hot water heater like most people call it. You called it a water heater, which is exactly what it is.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It heats water. It doesn't heat
Got
hot
friends that
water.
work in HVAC. You know what I'm saying? I guess it just fucking transferred over.
Yeah.
But
You ever heard anybody say a hot water heater?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't heat hot water. It heats water. It's a water heater. You said it correctly.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's go.
All right. This is the last question. This is how we end the podcast. What is the best meal you've ever had in your whole life?
Oh, fuck. The best meal I've ever had in my whole life is probably... Man, there's so many good ones, but
people take it two ways. Some people say the best dining experience they've had at a restaurant or the best home cooked meal.
No, and because mine would definitely be home cooked.
Oh,
I'm
of course.
trying to decide which one it was.
Yeah,
but
from Louisiana, right?
yeah, I would have to say, my mom's chicken Alfredo. Yep.
All right.
Yep. Or bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
From your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom and my aunt, both of them, are the two best cooks ever.
So the best day for you wake up, you get the breakfast sandwich,
Yep.
and then you get the chicken Alfredo.
At dinner, yep. That would be perfect.
Wow.
Yep. That would be the answer.
I would like to try that.
We're both fucking fire, dog. Anytime you're ready to go to New Orleans, take care of you.
Next time.
Got you.
I'll hit you up. Nate Welch, tell us where we can find you on the internet.
Hell yeah, dude. Follow me on Instagram at Nasty Nate Bruh. Nasty Nate BRUH. You can also check out Roast Battle's Instagram, Roast Battle's fucking YouTube channel. I'm on there a lot. And check out the World Championship January 26th. It's at the Top Secret Comedy Club in London. They're going to live stream it. It'll be on YouTube after. So,
well, do you know where the live stream tickets are?
They didn't send me that yet, but as soon as I do, I'll shoot you a DM, let you know.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description.
Yeah, dope.
Nate, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, man.
Appreciate
it was fun.
your time.
Appreciate you having me.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Later.